It's Sunday, October the 30th, and it's time for the Parish Noticeboard once again. Let's see where we are this week. Now this week it's another test your memory kind of thing. I've been here before and I made an episode which featured this. And in that episode I stood inside it, and most of this Parish Noticeboard episode is going to be filmed in here because I needed somewhere to shelter from the rain today. It's just about stopped raining now, but this had already been planned, and I will stand inside that to film this week's Noticeboard. Where do you think this is, people? Test your memory. Where have you seen this before? Answers below. Now, of course, the only problem with filming inside this is it's very dark, so I do hope you can see me. Hi, can you see me in the blackness? Maybe, I don't know. That brings us to last week's answer. And last week I had Nikki with me, and we were in Peterborough. We were in the parish of YAXLEY, but we weren't filming that, and we were at the Norman Cross Memorial. And even though we weren't filming the village, we were filming the memorial because there's a Tales from the Village Green episode which is coming out later today, all about what that is and what it memorialises. So well done if you got it. Look out for the video later. Now, damage control this week only has one thing to talk about, and that is the Winterton episode. Now, at about the 18 or 19 minute mark in that episode, I walk up a path, and this path takes us to a main road, a major road, and I call it Eastgate wrongly. It's meant to be Earlsgate. I only mention it twice in the voiceover, literally seconds apart, and the caption at the bottom says Eastgate when it should say Earlsgate. I had quite a very, shall we say, an unsavoury reaction to calling it Eastgate from a few people. I had to delete some comments because they were ridiculous. They were absolutely stupid. Yeah, most people were quite, friendly about it. They said, you've made a mistake there. It's meant to be Earlsgate, not Eastgate, which I can accept that, but I can't accept, some of the ones that were a bit, shall we say, I don't know how to describe it, quite frankly. I think unsavoury is the best word I've got. So I deleted them, and you'll be pleased to know I have ignored anybody else who has said something along those lines. It's a simple thing. I mean, when you look at the map, you sometimes read something, think it's one thing, it's actually another. It's an easy mistake to make. And considering it's the only thing that people have picked up on all week, I think I'll class that as a win still. So yeah, Winterton, it should be Earlsgate, not Eastgate. As well as the Tales from the Village Green episode, which is coming your way in a short while today, there's also going to be another Mrs. TVI episode which we recorded while we were down there in Peterborough. So today's quite a bumper day on the channel, isn't it? You're going to get 4 videos. You're going to get today's Parish Noticeboard, which you're watching now. You're going to get the Mrs. TVI, you're going to get the Tales from the Village Green, and you're going to get today's episode as well, which, by the way, is the first episode of our last day of our summer trip, if that makes sense to you, when we went into West Northamptonshire again, and that will be Barbie. So yeah, it's quite the day on the channel today. Lots of content for you to watch. And that brings me to something I would like to say, actually. I don't know how many people out there have got YouTube accounts and make videos, and how many of you are monetized like me. But this past month, October, has been my best month yet for earnings, which is really good. I mean, I don't earn that much money anyway, but generally speaking, over the sort of past 4 or 5 months, I've been earning around the £100 mark, maybe 120 if I'm lucky. But this month, it's as high as 160, which is the highest I've ever had. My previous best has been 158, which I know is only £2 difference, but what it means is that the channel is going in the right direction. And it's obviously, it's not down to me in the slightest. All I do is put the videos out. It's wholly down to you guys and you watching my stuff. Because without you, this channel couldn't be where it is right now. So I owe you a big thank you, quite frankly, because I don't say it often enough. So thank you very much, people, for watching all my stuff and watching all Nicky's stuff as well, and you know, making your little contribution to keeping TVI going. It's really helpful, and long may it continue, certainly into 2023 and 24 and beyond. You can tell it's been raining because every so often I get a drip from the roof in here, so I'm still getting wet even though I'm sheltered. Go figure. Okay, the next thing I want to tell you about is a very, very minor schedule change. The last week of the year before Christmas, I'm not going to be putting out a Newark and Sherwood episode. In its place, I'm going to be putting the first North Kesteven episode, and that's because next week I'm visiting two places in Newark and Sherwood which border North Kesteven, and I'm going to go across the border and do the village which is just there, which borders them both. So it doesn't make any sense to save it till next year, so it's going to be done at the same time and be put into the last week of the year on the Tuesday. So yeah, Newark gets a little break for a week before Christmas. And while we're on the subject of Christmas, it'll be the same story as last year for Christmas this year. I'm basically taking the week off. The Christmas special will come out on the 24th, Christmas Eve, and then there'll be a period where I don't film or edit anything. Probably start back on January the 2nd because that's a Monday. So yeah, Christmas is coming, guys. Hope you're ready for it. And that brings us to the coming week. Now, you already know about 3 of these because I've just told you in the last segment. So on Tuesday, I'll be heading to Newark and Sherwood and that one in North Kesteven. The villages in question, or should I say parishes in question, are Coddington, Barnby in the Willows, and Beckingham, which is the one in North Kesteven. They're all sort of clustered together there just off the A1. And on Friday this week, I'll be heading into the East Riding, and I'll be doing Shipton Thorpe, Lonsborough, Nunburnholme, Hayton and Everingham. And that's about it for this week on the notice board. So here's what's coming your way on the channel this week. I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot. This has been the Parish Notice Board on October the 30th, and I'm out.